Let's be real for a moment. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone is constantly pushing your boundaries? Whether it's through cutting remarks, dismissive gestures, or those subtle jabs that leave you feeling disrespected or overlooked, it's as if they thrive on making you question yourself. They want to provoke a reaction, to see you waver, and in doing so, they try to chip away at your self-worth. Society often teaches us to respond to these moments with polite smiles, nervous laughter, or attempts to smooth things over just to keep the peace. But let's take a step back and think. What if the true path to preserving respect, both from others and for yourself, doesn't lie in compromising or appeasing others, but in standing firm, grounded, and unwavering? Today, I want to dive into some timeless strategies rooted in Stoic philosophy and ancient wisdom. Tools that will empower you to face disrespect head-on without losing your composure, dignity, or energy. This isn't about seeking revenge or trying to outwit others. It's about mastering the art of inner control and self-respect. By the end of this, you'll have powerful strategies to deal with disrespect and rise above it with grace and strength. From using silence as a potent response to learning the power of non-reaction and more, these practices will help you build resilience and command respect through authenticity. So buckle up. Whether you're tired of defending your choices or struggling to maintain boundaries with difficult people, these Stoic strategies will offer you the clarity to act from a place of empowered stillness, not impulse. It's time to reclaim your power, live in alignment with your values, and create an environment where respect isn't something you demand but something that's inspired. 1. The silent stare. At first glance, it may seem trivial, but this simple gesture holds immense power. In the context of Stoic philosophy, the silent stare is a deliberate and meaningful response. When someone disrespects you, their aim is often to provoke a reaction, something that allows them to control the narrative, get you to justify yourself, or drag you into their drama. But one of the most profound ways you can respond isn't with words. It's with a calm, unwavering gaze. Why does this work? Because silence combined with a steady stare breaks the expected script. It sends a clear message. I see you, but you will not rattle me. In that moment, your silent gaze becomes a mirror, reflecting their behavior without judgment or retaliation. The power of this response catches them off guard, forcing them to confront their own discomfort. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. I recall a time when I experienced the transformative effect of this approach. During a meeting, an assertive colleague continuously interrupted others, speaking over everyone with a sense of superiority. The room was tense, and it seemed everyone was waiting for someone to challenge him. I could have responded with a sharp remark or matched his energy, but instead I simply leaned back, met his gaze, and let the silence hang in the air. Seconds passed. The tension mounted. Eventually, his words faltered, his confidence crumbled, and the interruptions stopped. From that moment on, he spoke with more consideration, realizing I wasn't someone easily swayed or silenced. The silent stare is more than a passive act. It's a powerful statement of self-control and confidence. It shows that you value your peace over the chaos others might try to pull you into. Most importantly, it reinforces your ability to remain unmoved by external provocations, which is a hallmark of true inner strength. Practicing this requires trust in your own ability to hold space without reacting impulsively. It's not about being detached. It's about preserving your energy for what truly matters and responding only when necessary. 2. Silence is your answer. At first, it might feel counterintuitive, even like surrendering, to remain silent in the face of disrespect. But in Stoic wisdom, silence is not a passive act. It's a powerful choice, a deliberate response. When someone attempts to provoke you with criticism, sarcasm, or attempts to undermine you, their goal is often to draw you into a reaction. They want you to validate their behavior by acknowledging their words. This is where silence becomes an art form. By choosing not to respond, you create a void, a space where their words hang unacknowledged, and they are forced to confront the weight of their actions without your reaction to deflect it. Silence speaks volumes. Your words don't deserve my energy, nor do they have any power over my peace of mind. This kind of silence isn't passive. It's a boundary. It's a clear separation between your inner calm and their chaos. As Cicero once said, silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings. It teaches us that not every battle needs to be fought. I remember a time when silence reshaped a difficult situation. A person in my professional circle had a habit of offering veiled criticisms, disguised as jokes but intended to belittle. I used to spend so much energy justifying myself, explaining choices that didn't need explaining. But one day, after yet another unnecessary jab, I simply allowed the silence to linger. I didn't try to justify, smooth things over, or defend myself. I just met their words with a calm, steady gaze. The effect was immediate. They shifted uncomfortably. Their confidence faltered, and the conversation came to an abrupt halt. By embracing silence, you affirm that your peace isn't something that needs defending. It's a subtle declaration that you don't need to explain or justify yourself to those who don't seek to understand. You honor your own sense of self-worth and protect your energy by resisting the urge to engage with negativity. This practice isn't about being aloof. It's about standing firm in your truth and letting go of the need for external validation. Number 3, stop explaining your choices. Here's a tough pill to swallow. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you choose to live your life. It might feel uncomfortable at first because we're often taught to justify our decisions, especially when they don't fit into societal expectations. But this principle, rooted in Stoic philosophy, is key to reclaiming your autonomy and nurturing self-respect. When people challenge your choices, the natural instinct is to explain or reassure them. But the truth is, most of the time, they're not looking to understand. They're projecting their own doubts or attempting to validate their perspectives by getting you to second-guess yours. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. I once found myself caught in this cycle when I chose to leave a stable career to pursue a passion. The questions came fast and furious. Why would you take that risk? What if it doesn't work out? Initially, I'd engage and explain my reasons, but it only drained me. Eventually, I decided to stop justifying myself. When asked why I made the change, I simply responded, because it feels right for me. That was often the end of the conversation, and it left me feeling much more confident and energized. When you stop explaining your choices, you assert your independence. Your life is yours to lead, not a public project that needs external approval. As Epictetus taught, we should only concern ourselves with what's within our control, our beliefs, choices, and reactions. By withholding explanations, you focus your energy on what truly matters and stop letting the opinions of others influence your decisions. Keep your distance. This one can be challenging, especially when it involves people you've known for a long time, whether they're family, friends, or colleagues. Distancing yourself from those who consistently disrespect you isn't about harboring resentment. It's an affirmation of your self-worth. Stoicism reminds us that our peace of mind and emotional health must be protected, even if it means creating some distance. When you allow people who disregard your boundaries to stay close, you're giving them a chance to drain your energy and erode your sense of self. It's like opening the gates to your fortress and inviting chaos in. Epictetus said, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you. When you maintain distance from those who bring negativity into your life, you are choosing to protect your peace and surround yourself with people who value you. I once had someone in my circle who constantly made veiled criticisms disguised as jokes. At first I excused their behavior, but over time I began to realize how much it was affecting my mental state. The dread before each interaction, the draining effort of staying on guard, it all took its toll. One day, I made the decision to limit our interactions and focus on people who encouraged and supported me. That choice brought me back to a place of peace I had lost. Choosing to distance yourself isn't about cutting people off out of spite. It's about creating space for the relationships that nurture you. As Seneca said, associate with those who will make a better man of you. The peace you cultivate by keeping your distance is a statement of self-respect and a commitment to protecting your energy. 5. Hold your head high. It's an age-old piece of advice, but it carries immense weight, especially when dealing with people who belittle or undermine you. The instinct might be to shrink back, lower your gaze, or make yourself smaller. But holding your head high is a powerful act of self-respect and confidence. It's not just about physical posture. It's a declaration that you know your worth and that no one can take that from you. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Holding your head high signals that their behavior won't define you. It's about maintaining your dignity, regardless of the treatment you receive. This small act can change the energy in a room, as it shows that you won't be diminished or intimidated. I've had moments when I felt small in the face of disrespect, but by deliberately straightening my posture, looking people in the eye, and holding my head high, I reminded myself that I wasn't going to let anyone make me feel less than. That shift in physical posture often triggered a shift in how others treated me too. Once they saw my confidence, they backed off. Conclusion: by applying these Stoic strategies, you can transform your approach to dealing with disrespect. Rather than reacting impulsively or feeling compelled to justify yourself, you'll learn to hold your ground, maintain your peace, and command respect simply through your presence and actions. In the end, mastering these techniques is about reclaiming your power, focusing on what's within your control, and letting go of the need to explain or defend yourself. So, the next time someone disrespects you, remember that your peace, dignity, and self-respect are non-negotiable. You don't need to respond with anger or justification. You don't need to fight fire with fire. Instead, let these Stoic strategies be your guide, and watch as you grow stronger and more resilient in the face of adversity. What if I told you the most powerful force shaping your life isn't the money you earn, the talent you possess, or even the opportunities that come your way? It's something much deeper, something hidden that most people never fully realize. It's your mind. Your thoughts have the power to either build you up or break you down, and in many ways, they determine your future. This isn't just a motivational mantra. It's a concept deeply rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that while we can't control what happens to us, we absolutely have control over how we respond to it. And that makes all the difference. Today, we're exploring the secret of mental strength, how mastering your mind can transform every part of your life. Whether you're struggling to overcome challenges or just trying to better navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life, Stoic wisdom offers timeless insights that remain just as relevant today as they were 2,000 years ago. Mental toughness isn't just about grit or determination. It's about cultivating the right mindset, grounded in powerful, clear thoughts that allow you to face any challenge with confidence and clarity. Now, I know some of you watching may be skeptical. You might be thinking, is it really that simple? Can just changing my thoughts actually change my life? I get it, but I urge you to stick with me until the end. Because what we're talking about today will challenge your assumptions and, hopefully, open your mind to the incredible power you already have. By the end of this video, you'll understand why mastering your mind is the key to mastering your life. If you're ready for this journey, hit that like button, share the video with others who are looking to grow, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into Stoic philosophy and how it can be applied to modern life. Let's dive in. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end for some eye-opening revelations. Understanding the power of thought. The human brain generates about 70,000 thoughts every day. That's an incredible amount of mental activity, and it's not just random noise. Every thought carries weight, influencing your emotions, decisions, and ultimately, the course of your life. The Stoics were well aware of this, teaching that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but rather our judgments about them. This means that by controlling your thoughts, you're essentially controlling your reactions and your reality. Let's break this down. Think about how a single negative thought early in the morning can set the tone for your entire day. It can create a cloud of irritation or sadness that colors every interaction and decision you make. The Stoics would argue that we have the power to challenge and change that initial thought. For example, if you wake up feeling overwhelmed by what lies ahead, instead of letting that feeling spiral, remind yourself that you faced tough days before and survived. This shift in thinking isn't just about being positive, it's about grounding your thoughts in reality and in your own capabilities. This practice isn't about suppressing negative thoughts or emotions. It's about not letting them control you. It's about acknowledging them, understanding why they've arisen, and then choosing how to let them influence you. This brings us to the Stoic concept of the inner citadel. Imagine your mind as a fortified city. Outside the walls, events unfold, people speak, and life happens. But inside, you are sovereign. You control which thoughts enter and which are kept out. This mental discipline protects you from unnecessary distress and keeps you rational and effective. By practicing control over your thoughts, you also improve your ability to focus on what truly matters. The Stoics emphasized focusing only on what's within our control and letting go of what's not. The less energy you spend worrying about what you can't change, the more energy you have to invest in what you can. This doesn't mean ignoring the reality of situations or how you feel about them. It means approaching them from a place of strength and choice. Understanding the power of thought gives you a tool not just for personal happiness, but for profound personal transformation. Next time you're caught in a storm of negative thinking, remember the Stoic lesson. It's not the situation that's causing you suffering, but your thoughts about it. You hold the key to a better experience, a more fulfilling life, and true mental strength, all by mastering the realm of your thoughts. Embracing adversity as growth. At several points in life, we all encounter adversity. But it's not the adversity itself that defines us, it's how we respond to it. The Stoics viewed adversity as an essential part of human life, a test of our character that pushes us to grow. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor and philosopher, once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reveals that obstacles aren't just barriers to overcome, they're opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Embracing adversity is about shifting our perspective from seeing challenges as roadblocks to viewing them as invaluable steps on the path to personal growth. When faced with a challenge, whether it's a professional setback, personal loss, or even a global crisis, our instinct might be to retreat or mourn our misfortune. However, a Stoic mindset encourages us to ask, what can this experience teach me? This simple question transforms adversity into a classroom. This Stoic approach doesn't minimize the pain or difficulty of tough situations, but it focuses on extracting value from them. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, resilience, and courage. For instance, losing a job may initially feel like a devastating setback, but it offers the chance to reassess your career path, discover new opportunities, or develop neglected skills. Similarly, dealing with difficult people can teach you patience and improve your ability to manage interpersonal conflicts. Embracing adversity also fuels personal growth by pushing us beyond our comfort zones. Growth rarely comes from staying comfortable. Just as muscles need to be stressed to grow stronger, our psychological and emotional muscles need challenges to develop. When you actively embrace adversity, you're not just surviving your circumstances, you're using them to propel yourself forward. Stoicism teaches us to not just accept adversity, but to welcome it as an essential part of life that enhances our human experience. By doing so, every obstacle becomes a tool, and every setback a setup for a comeback. The true measure of our character and strength isn't shown by how we enjoy success, but by how we face and use adversity. The principle of self-discipline. Self-discipline is often hailed as a key trait of successful people in all areas of life, and it's no surprise. Self-discipline lies at the heart of Stoicism, enabling individuals to live according to their values and pursue a meaningful life, regardless of external circumstances. Stoicism doesn't just suggest self-discipline, it demands it as a central practice for those striving to cultivate virtue and wisdom. Stoic philosophers, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, taught that self-mastery, control over one's actions, desires, and reactions, is the foundation of living a life of purpose and integrity. Self-discipline is about making choices that align with your long-term goals, rather than succumbing to short-term temptations that pull you off course. It's about aligning your actions with rational decisions, even when emotions or impulses pull you in a different direction. This could mean waking up an hour earlier to meditate or exercise, even when you feel like sleeping in, or choosing a healthy meal over fast food, or spending an evening working on a project instead of binge-watching a series. Each time you make such a choice, you're exercising self-discipline. But Stoic self-discipline goes deeper than resisting temptation or sticking to a schedule. It's about cultivating inner strength that allows you to stay true to your principles, even in the face of adversity, distraction, and immediate desires. It's having the mental fortitude to say no to things that don't serve your greater purpose, and yes to the often harder tasks that do. This requires constant vigilance over your thoughts and impulses to ensure they are helping, not hindering, your progress. A key aspect of self-discipline is recognizing that every small decision contributes to larger life outcomes. The Stoics emphasize the importance of paying attention to even the smallest choices because they form the patterns for bigger decisions. In the same way we train muscles through repetition, each time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you strengthen your willpower and your ability to maintain discipline in more difficult situations. Self-discipline also involves regulating your emotions and thoughts. By identifying and transforming negative thinking patterns into constructive ones, you can alter your emotional and behavioral responses. This mental aspect of self-discipline is vital because thoughts drive emotions and actions. By controlling this cascade at its source, the thoughts, you can significantly change the way you feel and act. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of how we use our time. Knowing time is finite, Stoics urged us to use it wisely, avoiding distractions and not wasting it on trivial activities or unnecessary worries. This is a powerful narrative, blending the ancient wisdom of Stoicism with practical modern-day strategies for developing mental strength, resilience, and self-discipline. It emphasizes the idea that our thoughts shape our experience of life and that, by mastering our minds, we can transform how we respond to challenges, both internal and external. There's a few key ideas from Stoicism that you've highlighted beautifully. 1. Mastery of thought. The Stoics believed that while we can't always control external events, we have full control over how we respond to them. This idea can profoundly change our perspective on everyday difficulties. By controlling our judgments about situations, we can avoid being overwhelmed by negative emotions. Acknowledging that our thoughts drive our feelings and behaviors allows us to challenge and reshape them, offering a sense of agency and control over our lives. 2. Adversity as opportunity. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the idea that obstacles and challenges aren't things to avoid, but opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius' teaching that the impediment to action advances action highlights how obstacles are not just roadblocks, they are the very stepping stones that help us build strength, resilience, and character. 3. Self-discipline. True self-discipline, according to Stoicism, isn't just about resisting temptation or sticking to a schedule. It's about aligning our actions with our deepest values and long-term goals, regardless of short-term discomfort. This could involve things like sticking to healthy habits, staying true to our principles in the face of adversity, or pushing through difficult times without giving in to distractions. 4. A vision beyond circumstance. Stoicism teaches that our sense of purpose shouldn't be dictated by external circumstances, but by our internal compass, guided by our values and virtue. A vision beyond circumstance helps us focus on long-term goals, maintain clarity during tough times, and stay committed to personal growth, even when the path isn't easy. 5. Resilience and growth. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back after a setback. It's about using that setback as an opportunity to grow. The Stoics saw life's challenges as essential to developing virtues like courage, wisdom, and patience. Each challenge faced can strengthen us, just like muscles become stronger through exercise. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth transforms adversity into a catalyst for becoming a better version of yourself. 6. Practical tips for building resilience. Your approach ties into daily practices that help build mental resilience. reframing challenges to see them as growth opportunities, maintaining routines that support mental and physical health, setting goals based on virtues you want to cultivate, gratitude practice to shift focus away from what's wrong and toward what's right. Final thoughts. This Stoic perspective challenges the traditional view that success and happiness come from external sources, money, career, or social approval. Instead, it shows that true strength comes from mastering our inner world and aligning our actions with a vision that transcends circumstances. Embracing adversity as a part of life, practicing self-discipline, and developing resilience can not only help us navigate life's difficulties but also help us thrive through them. It's a journey that asks us to constantly reflect on what is truly within our control and how we can use every moment, whether good or bad, to become better, stronger, and more virtuous individuals. If you found these ideas inspiring, continuing to apply Stoic practices in your daily life can help you unlock the true power within your mind. This message, rooted in Stoic philosophy, offers a powerful approach to crafting a life of resilience, focus, and fulfillment in the modern world. It draws from timeless wisdom and practical strategies to help us overcome distractions, embrace our potential, and create meaningful, intentional mornings that set the stage for a purposeful day. Here are the main points broken down. 1. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. This idea reflects a core Stoic belief that we are not disturbed by external events, but by our judgments of them. In today's chaotic world, it's revolutionary to realize that we have the power to control our thoughts, and therefore our responses. Inner peace and happiness stem from mastering our minds, and Stoicism teaches us that our inner world can remain calm regardless of external circumstances. It's about taking back control over what we can influence, our thoughts. 2. Find your ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept meaning a reason for being, where passion, skills, societal needs, and what you can be paid for all intersect. This is the sweet spot of purpose where work becomes meaningful. Stoicism aligns perfectly with this, as it teaches us to approach life with integrity and passion, contributing meaningfully to society. Marcus Aurelius emphasized doing your part, embracing your role in the larger story of humanity. By discovering your ikigai, you ensure that your actions are aligned with what truly matters to you, and your happiness follows as a result. 3. Prepare for your mornings. Preparation for a good day begins the night before. The Stoics believed that actions should be deliberate, not random, and setting yourself up for a successful day starts with a thoughtful evening routine. Rather than indulging in mindless activities like binge-watching or scrolling through social media late into the night, a calming pre-sleep routine, like journaling, reading, or limiting screen time, helps prepare your mind and body for rest. The Stoic mindset here is about focusing on what's within your control, like how you prepare for the next day, and letting go of what's not. A simple act like planning your top priorities for the morning sets a clear direction for your day. 4. Avoid distractions after waking up. In a world full of constant notifications and digital noise, the first moments of your day are a sacred space for cultivating calm, focus, and intention. Stoicism teaches the importance of presence and attention, two things that are increasingly rare in today's always connected world. By resisting the urge to check your phone first thing in the morning, you set a tone of control, choosing instead to focus on nourishing activities like meditation, journaling, or simply savoring a quiet cup of coffee. This practice aligns with the Stoic belief that the quality of your attention determines the quality of your life. By focusing on what matters most, you preserve your mental energy for what truly aligns with your values. 5. Wake up consistently. The Stoic principle of consistency is powerful because it embodies discipline and intention. Waking up at the same time each day isn't just a habit, it's a commitment to structuring your life around a sense of purpose. Waking up at the same time each morning might seem trivial, but it's the cornerstone of all other productive actions. Consistency, though challenging, can be made easier by setting clear intentions, ensuring you get enough rest, and creating an environment that supports the habit. Over time, this practice builds resilience and reinforces your commitment to living with purpose. Number 6. Take it easy. Embrace self-compassion. Stoicism isn't about perfectionism or rigid self-discipline. It's about balance and embracing self-compassion. Recognizing that setbacks are part of being human is crucial. There will be mornings when it feels impossible to get up on time, or when you slip up in your routines. Instead of spiraling into guilt or self-criticism, Stoicism teaches that we should forgive ourselves and start fresh the next day. The Stoic practice of self-compassion is about being patient with ourselves, learning from our mistakes, and gently nudging ourselves toward improvement without harsh judgment. Number 7. Cultivate self-awareness. Know thyself. A key Stoic principle is self-examination and understanding. Regular self-reflection helps us identify our strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. Journaling. Keep a journal to track your thoughts, feelings, actions, and progress. It can offer clarity on how you approach challenges and help you make intentional improvements. Mindfulness of emotions. Be aware of how emotions influence your decisions. The Stoics didn't aim to suppress emotions but to understand them, allowing for more rational responses. Number 8. Accept what you cannot control. The dichotomy of control. This is central to Stoic philosophy. Recognize the difference between what you can control, your thoughts, actions, reactions, and what you cannot, external events, other people's actions. Let go of attachment. When faced with adversity, ask yourself, is this something I can change or influence? If not, practice detachment and acceptance. Focus on the present, rather than worrying about future uncertainties or past regrets. Devote your energy to what is within your control in the here and now. Number 9. Practice humility. Stoicism teaches that wisdom, virtue, and character are more valuable than external accolades or possessions. Cultivate humility by remembering that every person has their own struggles and challenges. Embrace your limitations, acknowledge your imperfections, and be open to learning. Humility helps foster a mindset of continuous improvement. Serving others. One of the most humble acts is to serve others, not for recognition, but because it's the right thing to do. This contributes to a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Number 10. Keep things in perspective. Cosmic perspective. One of Marcus Aurelius's practices was contemplating the vastness of time and space. Remember that your struggles are part of a much larger picture, and your worries, while important, are often smaller than they seem. Take a step back. When faced with challenges, ask yourself, will this matter in a year, 5 years, or even 100 years? This helps put things into perspective and reduces unnecessary stress. Stay grounded. Use perspective to help you stay calm and focused during difficult times. Remind yourself that you have faced hardships before and will do so again with resilience. Number 11. Live according to nature. Follow natural law. For the Stoics, living in harmony with nature means accepting the natural course of events and aligning your life with reason and virtue. Accept change. Change is a natural part of life, and resisting it only brings unnecessary suffering. Instead, embrace the ebb and flow of life with a calm and accepting mindset. Simplify life. Often, nature's simplicity can guide us. Strip away excess, whether material or emotional, and focus on what truly adds value to your life, your relationships, personal growth, and inner peace. Number 12. Control your reactions. You can't control events, but you can control your responses. Life will throw challenges your way, but how you react to them is within your control. The Stoics believe that our reactions are more important than the events themselves. Pause before reacting. Practice mindfulness and take a moment to pause before responding to situations. This allows you to choose a measured, rational response rather than an impulsive one. Embrace difficulties as opportunities. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When faced with adversity, instead of feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Number 13. Build inner peace. Quiet your mind. Stoicism encourages cultivating a calm and steady mind, unaffected by external events. This can be achieved through practices like meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness. Refuse to be disturbed. Inner peace comes from the decision not to allow external circumstances, whether good or bad, to disturb your mental equilibrium. Practice detachment from external validation and worldly success. Contentment with less. As you pursue inner peace, learn to find satisfaction with less. The Stoics believe that happiness doesn't come from external wealth or success, but from a virtuous and peaceful inner life. Number 14. Focus on purposeful action. Live with intention. Each day should be approached with purpose. When you wake up, remind yourself of your core values and goals, and let them guide your actions throughout the day. Avoid distraction. In today's world, distractions are abundant. Limit your exposure to things that waste time or divert you from your purpose, and focus on meaningful tasks that align with your values. Small, consistent steps. Achieving great goals is not about massive leaps, but small, purposeful actions taken consistently. This is how the Stoics approached both virtue and their duties. Number 15. Cultivate gratitude for struggles. Gratitude for challenges. Instead of viewing struggles as burdens, Stoicism teaches that we should be grateful for them. Each obstacle is an opportunity to test and refine our character. The obstacle is the way. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. View challenges as paths to growth and transformation. Embrace discomfort. Discomfort is often where growth occurs. Learn to embrace it rather than shy away from it, as it builds resilience and strength. Closing reflection. These additional practices deepen the Stoic approach to living a meaningful life. Each step offers an opportunity to build a resilient, focused, and peaceful life. Whether through mindfulness, action, or a sense of community, these principles provide a foundation for living with purpose. Distance. Let's be honest. Sometimes the most effective way to deal with people who don't respect you is by keeping your distance. I know it might sound a bit harsh, even cold, but here's the truth. Not everyone deserves to be in your inner circle. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself is to create some space. This doesn't mean you hate them or that you're being dramatic. It simply means you respect yourself enough to protect your energy. Keeping your distance isn't about being rude or ignoring people. It's about choosing where and how you invest your time and emotions. Think of your life as an exclusive club. VIP access isn't granted to everyone. When someone is always crossing your boundaries, making you feel small, or just radiating negativity, why keep them close? It's okay to step away. It's actually crucial. Distance can bring the clarity you need to see things for what they truly are, free from emotional manipulation or guilt. Let's face it. When you keep people who disrespect you close, it's like inviting them to an all-you-can-eat buffet where they can criticize, judge, and take as much as they want. Then, we wonder why we feel drained, anxious, or frustrated. Distancing yourself is an act of self-preservation. It's about protecting your mental health, preserving your peace, and making room for people who actually respect and lift you up. Letting go of the guilt around distancing yourself can be freeing. You're not obligated to keep respectful people in your life. I'll share a story. I once had a friend who constantly made snide remarks about every choice I made. My career, my relationships, even my taste in music. At first I thought, maybe I'm overreacting, that's just how they are. So I kept trying to brush it off. But over time, those little jabs started getting under my skin. I found myself walking on eggshells, always bracing myself for the next criticism. One day I decided to try something different. Instead of confronting them or making a big deal out of it, I simply started limiting the time I spent with them. Instead of meeting up every week, I saw them once a month. And guess what? I felt lighter, freer. In that space, I realized just how toxic that friendship had become. Taking a step back gave me the mental clarity to see that I deserved friends who would build me up, not tear me down. Here's the thing. Some people will tell you that keeping your distance is selfish. They'll say, but they're family, or you've been friends for years. It can feel uncomfortable, even taboo, to admit that someone you've known for a long time isn't good for you. Society tells us we should be loyal, forgiving, and nice. But at what cost? Here's the secret. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. You're not here to be anyone's emotional punching bag or their constant source of validation. Sometimes, the best way to show someone you've had enough is simply by stepping back. Now, here's the deeper part. Keeping your distance is a powerful reminder that you are your own priority. You don't have to play the role someone else assigns to you. You don't owe anyone access to your mind, your time, or your emotions. When you create space between yourself and disrespectful people, you're sending the message that your well-being matters most. That's not just self-care, it's self-respect. Distance also gives you the chance to refocus and invest in the relationships that truly matter. The more time you spend with people who respect you, the more confident and fulfilled you'll feel. The less time you spend around those who tear you down, the less room they'll have to affect your thoughts, your mood, or your life. I used to feel so guilty about distancing myself from people, even when they weren't treating me well. I'd worry, what if they think I don't care? What if I'm overreacting? But over time, I realized that distancing myself wasn't just about removing negativity. It was about making room for growth. When I gave myself permission to distance from disrespectful people, I found a new sense of freedom, more energy, more peace, and a clearer vision of the kinds of people I wanted in my life. So here's my challenge for you. Think about the people in your life who consistently disrespect you or drain your energy. Ask yourself, do they truly deserve this much access to me? Hold your head high. Let's talk about an old-school classic that never loses its power. Holding your head high. Now I know this might sound like cliché advice, but trust me, it's pure gold, especially when dealing with people who don't respect you. Here's the thing. When someone disrespects you, they want to make you feel small. They want you to doubt yourself, lower your eyes, and shrink. But when you stand tall, when you hold your head high, you're silently telling them, I know exactly who I am, and nothing you say or do will make me feel any less. What's powerful about this? Confidence can make people uncomfortable, especially those who thrive on disrespect. Why? Because they count on their words and actions having power over you. When you refuse to let their negativity touch you, when you literally stand taller, hold your head higher, you show them that their attempts to bring you down don't work. I remember being around someone who couldn't resist throwing insults my way. You know the type, always smirking, always making comments that felt more like attacks than jokes. I used to try to brush it off, but honestly, it got to me. I found myself dreading the next time we'd meet, always preparing for the next jab. One day, I decided enough was enough. I showed up with my shoulders back and my head held high. Every time they made a comment, I looked them in the eye, smiled, and carried on like nothing happened. And you know what? They actually started backing off. It was like they could sense their words weren't reaching me. Suddenly, their power faded. There's something magnetic about holding your head high. It's like an invisible force field that says, I'm untouchable. And here's the kicker. People who disrespect you often hate seeing you confident. It messes with their view of the world. They want to believe they're above you, that they've got something on you. When you walk around with confidence, it disrupts that narrative. To them, it's almost offensive. Society doesn't always know how to handle people who are unapologetically sure of themselves, especially when they refuse to let others' negativity define them. And let's be real, that can make you a target. But here's the truth. Holding your head high isn't about them. It's about you. It's about living as though you're fully aware of your worth, as if you have nothing to prove. And that can be a radical act of self-respect. When you hold your head high, you're making a statement about your value. You're saying, no matter what happens, I see myself as worthy of respect. And here's the deeper message. Your self-worth isn't something you earn from others, it's something you claim for yourself. The more you practice this, the less the disrespect from others will even register. You'll be too busy living in your own lane, too confident in who you are to be affected by others' attempts to bring you down. This wasn't always easy for me. I used to be the person who would slouch, avoid eye contact, and shrink when people were critical. It felt safer to disappear, to hide. But over time, I began to notice that each time I held my head high, each time I refused to let someone's negativity into my spirit, I felt stronger. Holding your head high isn't just about posture, it's about mental posture too. Walk into every room like you belong there. Don't shrink to fit someone else's idea of who you should be. If someone makes a snarky comment, let it roll off you. They're not seeing the real you, they're projecting their own insecurities. So why let it bother you? Here's my challenge to you. Next time you feel disrespected, whether it's a subtle jab or a full-on insult, don't react. Instead, take a deep breath. Pull your shoulders back and hold your head high. Look them in the eye as if to say, I see you, but I'm above this. You'll feel a surge of confidence, a peace that comes from knowing their words have no power over you. Holding your head high is more than just good posture. It's a powerful, silent declaration of self-respect. It says, I know who I am, I value who I am, and nothing you say can change that. Because at the end of the day, respect starts with you. The more you respect yourself, the less room there is for anyone else's disrespect to stick. Stand tall, own your worth, and know you're worthy of every bit of that confidence. And that's a wrap on how to handle people who don't respect you, and maybe never will. Life's too short to bend over backward for people who can't see your value. You don't need anyone's permission to stand tall, protect your peace, and live life on your terms. People will test your boundaries, question your choices, and try to bring you down. That's just part of life. But here's the thing. You get to decide what energy you let in. You set the standard for how you're treated. And the best part? The more you focus on self-respect, the more you'll attract people who see your worth. People who lift you up instead of dragging you down. It all starts with owning your power and letting the rest fall into place. So stand tall, embrace the silence when it serves you, and never apologize for walking away from what no longer serves you. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and maybe even hit subscribe for more content on owning your life and building the confidence to thrive. Share this with someone who needs a reminder to stand tall. And drop a comment below if you've got a story about setting boundaries or handling disrespect. Through the lens of Stoic wisdom, we're going to explore how to take control of your mind in a world where so many people struggle to do the same. And to prove how effective and relevant this philosophy is, I have a challenge for you. At the end of this video, choose one Stoic principle that resonates with you the most. Practice it consistently for 2 weeks, and then come back to share the results in the comments. You'll be amazed at the transformation it will bring. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now let's look at how to tap into the mental strength Marcus was talking about. Ready? Let's get started. 1. Let go of what others think. Focus on your mind instead. Letting go of external opinions is a cornerstone of mastering your mind. It's a shift that redirects your focus away from the noise of the world and brings you back to the clarity of your own thoughts. This journey begins with the realization that the only domain truly within your control is your own mind. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This reflection highlights a deep Stoic truth, the paradox of loving ourselves, yet allowing others' opinions to disturb our peace. Imagine a world where every criticism or unsolicited opinion simply becomes a faint whisper against the powerful roar of your self-awareness. This isn't about building a fortress around your ego. It's about cultivating a garden within your mind, where your thoughts are nurtured by your values and beliefs, not trampled by others' judgments. Mastering your mind means trimming away these external influences, allowing your true self to flourish without the need for outside validation. Take, for example, the story of a young artist, initially paralyzed by the fear of criticism. Each brushstroke was haunted by the specter of public opinion. But when he discovered Stoicism, he learned to anchor his worth in his own judgment. Criticism became nothing more than ripples on the surface of a deep ocean of self-assurance. As he shifted his focus inward, his art flourished, untainted by fear or disapproval. This is the power of Stoicism, turning inward to master your mind. This journey isn't easy. It requires constant discipline to resist the temptation of external approval. But in doing so, you discover true freedom. By focusing on your own thoughts and values, you embrace the Stoic principle of prioritizing the internal over the external. The mastery of your mind isn't about reflecting others' opinions, but about celebrating your own ability to judge, grow, and persevere. This is the essence of Stoicism in today's world, a philosophy that empowers you to live with equanimity and strength. 2. Cultivate emotional resilience. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials, said the great Stoic thinker Lucius Annaeus Seneca. This timeless wisdom introduces the second principle on our path to mind mastery, cultivating emotional resilience. Navigating life in today's fast-paced world is like traversing a rough, unpredictable trail. Friction, setbacks, and hardships are as inevitable as the sunrise. Along this journey, you'll likely find yourself caught in the thorns of adversity, whether it's anxiety, heartbreak, or failure. But these challenges are not signs of weakness. They are opportunities to forge emotional resilience. Failures and setbacks aren't simply disappointments. They are valuable lessons in disguise. When faced with challenges, it's easy to crumble under the weight of adversity. But what if, instead of being defeated, you saw each obstacle as a stepping stone toward success? Emotional resilience is like forging steel in fire. Each hardship shapes you into something stronger and more adaptable. Consider the journey of a young entrepreneur whose startup faced near collapse under intense economic pressure. Each rejection, each failure, felt like a blow to his spirit. But instead of giving in, he persevered, viewing each setback as an opportunity for growth. He didn't just survive the crisis. He emerged stronger, with a clearer vision for the future. This story is the essence of emotional resilience. The ability to face adversity head-on and draw strength from it. Building emotional resilience begins with how we perceive hardship. Stoicism teaches us that events themselves are neither good nor bad. It's our perception of them that shapes our emotions and reactions. Cultivating emotional resilience doesn't mean ignoring pain or glossing over disappointment. It means realizing that you have the wisdom and strength to process these experiences in a way that fosters growth. By mastering your perception of adversity, you elevate your journey and develop an unwavering resilience that propels you forward. 3. Use the power of perception. Imagine this. You're walking down a familiar path, a trail you've taken countless times before. Then suddenly, your foot slips and you stumble. A moment of unexpected chaos in your otherwise organized day. But what if you could train yourself to see not the stumble, but the unexpected step? This mirrors the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "Men are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of things." Perception is the lens through which we interpret the world, and what many fail to realize is that we have the power to control how we perceive events, especially during hardship. When life throws you into the stormy seas of difficulty, it doesn't mean you're drowning. It's simply an opportunity to learn how to swim. Like a seasoned captain navigating through a storm, steer your mind toward perceptions that empower you, rather than those that defeat you. For instance, if your presentation at work didn't go as planned, don't see it as a failure. Instead, view it as a valuable lesson that builds your skills and resilience for the future. This doesn't mean denying your mistakes or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging them without allowing them to define your worth or abilities. Mastering perception is like building muscle. The more you exercise control over how you view situations, the stronger your mindset becomes. Challenge negative perspectives and replace them with ones that empower you. Over time, this practice will become second nature, transforming your mindset and strengthening your ability to navigate life with clarity and confidence. As the Stoics say, the real man is revealed in difficult times. So when trouble comes your way, think of yourself as a wrestler, paired with a tough opponent by the Logos, your inner guide. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to sharpen your mind and grow stronger. 4. Live according to nature. Have you ever found yourself off course due to an unexpected dismissal, the sudden loss of a loved one, or a rejection from a job opportunity? Remember Marcus Aurelius' words, "Life is nothing but change, and change is nature's delight." This brings us to the fourth principle on our journey to mastering the mind, living according to nature. Life is built on change. Though uncertainty and change can feel like enemies to tranquility, they are in fact a vital part of nature's flow. Embrace change as an inevitable part of the human experience, and instead of resisting it, align yourself with it. This mindset shift helps you approach the unpredictability of life with calmness and resilience. Rather than seeing these unexpected shifts in the wind of fate as obstacles, Consider them opportunities for growth and adaptation. When faced with an unknown outcome, don't freeze in indecision or let fear cloud your judgment. Instead, move forward, grounded in the understanding that change is a natural part of life. By aligning ourselves with the ebb and flow of nature, we can navigate life's turbulent undercurrents with calmness and clarity. When nature sends rainfall on a sunny day, or a thunderstorm disrupts a peaceful evening, do we condemn the skies? No, we accept that these changes are an inherent part of the natural world, beyond our control. And so, we must approach life's challenges with the same mindset, accepting and adapting with resilience. Embracing the flow of life, rather than resisting it, gives us an unprecedented sense of tranquility and empowerment. It's not about forcing life or nature to bend to our will. It's about learning to flow with it gracefully, without losing sight of who we truly are. The key is to embrace life's unpredictability with poise and adaptability, knowing that this is where true peace lies. 5. Practice self-discipline. Reflect on your journey through life so far. Without a doubt, you've encountered countless distractions that tried to pull you off course. Moments when binge-watching your favorite show seemed more appealing than studying for an exam, or when that extra slice of cake was too tempting to resist while on a diet. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once pondered, "A person's worth is measured by the nobility of their ambitions and the strength of their self-discipline." This resonates deeply with the next essential lesson in mastering the mind: practicing self-discipline. Self-discipline is crucial for safeguarding the goals we strive for. It acts as a protective shield, preventing distractions from draining our time and energy. Think of it like a skilled gardener, diligently tending to their colorful flower beds every day. No matter how tempting the rose bushes may be, they care for the tulips and sunflowers with equal dedication. Similarly, in your life, you must tend to your goals with consistent focus, no matter what distractions come your way. To cultivate this mindset, begin by observing the moments when temptations try to lead you astray. Don't judge yourself harshly, but understand that these temptations are a natural part of life's rhythm. By identifying what pulls you off track, you can develop strategies to stay focused and resist those diversions. Self-discipline is not just about resisting temptations in our personal lives. It's about building mental fortitude in our professional endeavors as well. It stands as a pillar supporting the entire structure of mind mastery. So, when procrastination or temptation comes knocking, remember Epictetus's wise words: "No great thing is created suddenly." Practicing self-discipline is a journey that requires constant effort and attention. 6. Embrace the present moment. Have you ever watched a sunset only to be lost in thoughts of past regrets or future worries? How often do we find ourselves physically present, but mentally somewhere else? This is an all-too-human flaw, the inability to fully engage with the present moment. Marcus Aurelius once advised, "Do not let the panorama of your life oppress you. Do not dwell on past troubles or future anxieties. Focus on the present and what can be done now to remedy it." This speaks directly to the importance of living in the moment, of fully experiencing life as it unfolds, moment by precious moment. Every breath we take, every sensation we feel, should anchor us to the now. Let go of thoughts about a past chapter that's already finished or a future one that's unwritten. These distractions rob you of the beauty and power of living in the present. Instead, immerse yourself fully in each experience as it comes. Embracing the present moment isn't about passive acceptance. It's about actively engaging with today. Celebrate each part of your day, whether it's a morning sunrise, a compliment, a cup of coffee, or a meaningful conversation. Savor the richness of now. As Seneca wisely puts it, the whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Mastering your mind begins with mastering the immediate moment. Cultivate this philosophy, and you'll witness its transformative power in your journey toward mental fortitude. 7. Build or join a community that supports your growth. Picture a lone hiker climbing a steep cliff, surrounded by an endless expanse of woods. While the view from above might be breathtaking, the journey can feel lonely and isolating. Now imagine that same hike, but with a group of explorers, each supporting the other. The ordeal no longer feels as daunting, right? This idea echoes the timeless Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Mankind are made for each other. Either teach them better or bear with them. This is a crucial lesson in mastering your mind, the importance of community. A community built on shared values and common pursuits can serve as a powerful support system. By surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your vision of personal growth, you amplify your collective strength as you strive toward your goals. You inspire others, and they inspire you in turn. Together, you create an environment where growth is not just possible, but inevitable. In practical terms, this means finding communities that nurture your intellectual, emotional, or professional development. For example, if you come across an opportunity to join a book club or a discussion group, don't hesitate. Dive in and share your insights while learning from others. Whether you're pursuing mental mastery, personal growth, or professional success, being part of a supportive community multiplies your chances of success. Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. By surrounding yourself with those who encourage your growth, you empower yourself and in turn contribute to their progress as well. Wrapping up. Now, as we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on the Stoic principles we've covered. Have you chosen one to focus on? If you're unsure, take a pause and think about which idea resonated most with you. For example, if you're drawn to the principle of embracing the present moment, as discussed in Lesson 6, leave a comment saying, "I will embrace the present moment." Don't forget about our 2-week challenge. We're eager to see how applying these Stoic principles in your life can make a difference. After 2 weeks of practice, come back and share your experiences with us in the comments or via email. The address is in the video description. We'd love to hear your insights. If today's video has illuminated a new path for your journey, leave a thumbs up to show your support. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join our community. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thank you for sticking with us till the end. Your commitment to self-improvement is inspiring. Keep working on building a mind you're proud of, and I'll see you in the next video.